LG G6 hands-on, this is more like it. LG's flagship phones have, for the last few years, pinned their success on standout features. The LG G3 introduced Quad HD displays, the G4 shipped with quirky leather backs, while last year's G5 went with a modular design. For the G6, LG is focusing on cramming a large display in a small body. And from my first impressions, it seems like it'll be a lot more successful than those failed modules. The first thing you'll notice about the LG G6 is its peculiar display. Like the Xiaomi Mi Mix, a China-only phone released in late 2016, the screen here is stretched to nearly every corner of the device. Rather than the typical 16:9 aspect ratio almost every smartphone since the original iPhone has utilized, LG has switched to an 18:9 ratio display, basically 2:1, that gives you more screen in a smaller body. The 5.7-inch display, a sizable increase from the 5.2-inch panel used for the G5, sits inside a body barely bigger than its predecessor and noticeably smaller than the 5.5-inch iPhone 7 Plus and Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. One side effect of cramming a bigger screen into a shell of this size is the corners of the panel are now rounded, rather than right angles. It's an odd jolt from normality and I am not sure I like it. It matches the general curviness of the phone, but it looks strange and is very off-putting on both the silver and white models. Hopefully, it's something I will get used to. LG wouldn't tell me whether it has actually cut the panel into a rounded shape, or simply used a curved front layer to give the illusion. To match the stretched display, the resolution here sits at 2880 by 1440 and it's a lovely panel. Even though it's not a mold, it delivers vivid colors and deep blacks. It's the first phone with Dolby Vision support and like the dearly departed Note 7, it's HDR10 enabled too. There were a few demo HDR, high dynamic range, videos on my review sample and they looked noticeably brighter and darker scenes were more detailed. LG says HDR content from Amazon and Netflix will work, but you'll probably have to wait for an app update. Remember when Apple switched the iPhone from a 4-inch to a 5-inch screen? Well, that led to months, and years, of apps not fitting the display properly, needing thick black bars at the top and bottom to work. There's a similar thing happening here, but not quite on the same levels of annoyance. Videos, for instance, from YouTube and Netflix will display natively at 16:9 with bars making up the rest of the space. LG says there will be an option to stretch the content out, but I can't yet vouch for just how good it looks.